Hey everyone, welcome back to our podcast.
Hi there, I'm Lily, and as always, I'm here with my co-host John. How's everyone doing today?
I'm doing great, Lily, and I hope all our listeners out there are ready for another fun episode. You know what? I love how our community keeps growing every week.
Absolutely. It's amazing to see so many people improving their English with us. Speaking of improvement, today we have some really practical conversations that you'll definitely use in real life.
That's right. Today's focus is all about everyday conversations that will boost your listening skills and expand your vocabulary.
Plus, remember you can always practice shadowing while listening to us.
Perfect for shadowing practice. Now, let's dive into today's first topic.
Apartment inquiry conversation. Hello, this is David speaking.
Hi, David. I'm calling about the apartment you advertised online. Is it still available?
Yes, it is. Are you interested in scheduling a viewing?
Definitely. But first, could you tell me a bit more about the place? The listing didn't have all the details I was hoping for.
Of course. What would you like to know?
Well, let's start with the basics. How many bedrooms does it have, and what's the total square footage?
It's a two-bedroom apartment, about 850 square feet. The master bedroom is quite spacious, and the second room could work perfectly as a home office or guest room.
That sounds promising. What about the kitchen? Is it fully equipped?
Yes, absolutely. It comes with all major appliances, refrigerator, dishwasher, microwave, and a gas stove. There's also plenty of cabinet space and a breakfast bar.
Excellent. I love to cook, so that's really important to me. Now, what about parking? Do you have a designated spot?
Yes, each apartment comes with one covered parking space in the garage. If you have a second vehicle, street parking is usually available, though it's not guaranteed.
I only have one car, so that works perfectly. What about laundry facilities?
There's a washer and dryer hookup in the apartment itself, but the actual machines aren't included. However, there's also a shared laundry room on the ground floor if you prefer that option.
I'd probably bring my own washer and dryer. Speaking of utilities, what's included in the rent?
Water and garbage are included. You'd be responsible for electricity, gas, internet, and cable if you want it.
That's pretty standard. What's the neighborhood like? Is it safe for someone walking alone at night?
It's a very safe area, actually. Lots of families live here, and there's good street lighting. Plus, we're just 2 blocks from the main shopping district, so there's usually foot traffic even in the evenings.
That's reassuring. Are pets allowed? I have a small dog.
We do allow pets, but there's a pet deposit of $300 and an additional $25 monthly pet fee. What kind of dog do you have?
He's a beagle mix, about 30 pounds, very well behaved and house-trained.
That should be fine. We just ask that all pets be registered with the office and kept on a leash in common areas.
Absolutely, no problem there. What about the lease terms? Are you looking for a year-long commitment?
Typically, yes. We prefer a 12-month lease, but we might consider a shorter term depending on the circumstances. There would be a slightly higher monthly rate for anything less than a year.
I'm definitely looking for something long-term, so a year works great for me. What's the rent, and when would it be available?
The monthly rent is $13.50. First month, last month, and a security deposit are due at signing. The security deposit equals 1 month's rent. The apartment could be available as early as next week.
That timeline is perfect. I'm really interested. When could we set up a viewing?
How about tomorrow afternoon? I'm free anytime after 2 p.m.
Tomorrow at 3 would be ideal if that works for you.
Perfect. Let me give you the address and some directions.
Actually, before we finish, could you tell me about the application process?
Sure. You'll need to fill out an application form, provide proof of income, usually 3 recent pay stubs, a credit check authorization, and references from previous landlords if you have them.
I have all of that ready. Is there an application fee?
Yes, there's a $50 application fee to cover the credit check and processing, but it's refundable if your application is denied.
That sounds fair. I'm really looking forward to seeing the place tomorrow.
Great. I'll text you the exact address and my contact information. See you at 3.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, David. See you tomorrow.
You're welcome, Emma. Have a great day.
Podcast Breakdown. Apartment Inquiry.
Wow, that was such a comprehensive conversation, wasn't it, John?
Absolutely. Emma really knew how to ask the right questions. I loved how organized she was. She started with the basics and then moved to more specific details.
Exactly. And notice how she didn't just accept the first answer when David mentioned the kitchen was fully equipped. She asked for specifics. That's so important.
Great point. Here's a key tip for our listeners. Always ask for details. Instead of just asking, is the kitchen good? Try, what appliances are included? Or, is there enough storage space?
Right. And did you catch how Emma asked about safety? She said, is it safe for someone walking alone at night? That's much better than just asking, is it safe?
Smart observation. Being specific helps you get the information you actually need.
All right, John, let's move on to our second conversation topic. This one might surprise some of our listeners.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this. We're talking about buying tickets, right?
Exactly. Now, you might be thinking, buying tickets is easy, but there's actually so much more to it.
That's what I used to think too. Think about all the different situations. Movie theaters, train stations, bus terminals, museums, concerts. Each place has its own vocabulary.
Absolutely. So let's dive into a practical ticket buying scenario.
Good morning. How can I help you today?
Hi, I need to buy a train ticket to Chicago, please.
Certainly. What day are you planning to travel?
I'd like to leave this Friday, but I'm flexible with the time. What options do you have?
Let me check our schedule for this Friday. We have several departures throughout the day. The earliest train leaves at 7:30 a.m., and the latest departure is at 9:45 p.m.
What about something in the afternoon? I prefer not to wake up too early, but I also don't want to arrive too late.
Perfect. We have a 2:15 p.m. departure that arrives in Chicago at 6:40 p.m. and a 4:30 p.m. train that gets in at 8:55 p.m.
The 2:15 sounds ideal. How much does that cost?
That depends on which type of seat you'd like. We have coach seats for $89, business class for $149, or first class for $219.
What's the difference between coach and business class?
Coach seats are standard seats with basic amenities. Business class offers wider seats, more leg room, complimentary snacks and beverages, and access to our quiet car.
That sounds nice, but I'm trying to stick to a budget. Is there any way to get a discount on the coach fare?
Well, are you a student, senior citizen, or military member? We offer discounts for those groups.
I'm a college student. Do you need to see my student ID?
Yes, please. With a valid student ID, you get 15% off the regular coach fare.
Excellent. So that would be, let me calculate, about $76?
Actually, it comes to $75.65. Would you like to purchase that ticket?
Wait, before I decide, can I ask about the return trip? Do you offer round-trip discounts?
Good question. If you buy a round-trip ticket today, you save an additional 10% on the total fare. When are you planning to return?
I'm not entirely sure yet. Maybe Sunday or Monday. Can I leave the return date open?
We do offer flexible return tickets, but they're slightly more expensive. The flexible option would be $85 each way instead of the discounted price.
That's more than I wanted to spend. What if I just buy the one-way ticket now and purchase the return ticket later?
That's certainly an option. Keep in mind that prices might change and you won't get the round-trip discount later.
I think I'll take that risk. Let me just get the one-way ticket for Friday at 2:15 p.m.
Perfect. So that's one coach ticket to Chicago departing Friday at 2:15 p.m. with the student discount. Your total is $75.65.
Great. Do you accept credit cards?
We accept all major credit cards, cash, or debit cards.
I'll pay with my credit card. Also, do I need to arrive early at the station?
We recommend arriving at least 30 minutes before departure, especially during busy travel times. Friday afternoons can get pretty crowded.
Good to know. Will I get a physical ticket or is it digital?
You can choose. I can print a physical ticket for you right now, or I can email you an e-ticket that you can show on your phone.
The e-ticket sounds convenient. I'm always worried about losing paper tickets.
Smart choice. I'll need your email address for that.
It's jessica.martinez@mail.com.
Perfect. Is that Martinez?
That's correct.
Excellent. Now let me process your payment. Your card went through successfully. You should receive your e-ticket within the next few minutes.
Wonderful. One last question. What if I need to change or cancel this ticket?
Coach tickets can be changed up to 24 hours before departure for a $20 fee plus any fare difference. Cancellations receive a refund minus a $25 processing fee.
That's reasonable. What about if the train is delayed or canceled?
If we're responsible for delays over 30 minutes, we'll either rebook you on the next available train at no charge or provide a full refund.
That's very reassuring. Thank you so much for all your help.
You're very welcome. Have a safe trip to Chicago and don't forget to check your email for the ticket.
I will. Thanks again and have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Podcast breakdown, ticket purchase, and outro.
That was such a realistic conversation. Jessica handled that really well, don't you think, Lily?
Absolutely. I loved how she wasn't afraid to ask questions. That's the key to getting the best deal and understanding exactly what you're buying.
Notice how she started with a flexible approach. I'm flexible with the time. This gave Robert room to offer her the best options.
Exactly. And here's a great tip for our listeners. Always ask about discounts. Jessica asked, "Is there any way to get a discount?" That simple question saved her money.
We hope you found today's conversations helpful and that you picked up some new vocabulary and phrases along the way.
Remember, the key to improving your English is practice, practice, practice. Try using these conversations as shadowing exercises.
Thanks for spending time with us today, everyone. Keep up the great work with your English learning journey.
Until next week, this is Lily and John, reminding you to keep talking, keep learning, and keep growing. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Summary. In this informative podcast episode, hosts John and Lily guide English learners through two essential real-world conversations to build vocabulary and conversational confidence. The first detailed dialogue features Emma inquiring about an apartment for rent from David. This conversation serves as a masterclass in how to ask specific, probing questions to gather crucial information. Emma methodically covers all key aspects, starting with the basics like the number of bedrooms and square footage, before moving to specifics such as appliance inclusion in the kitchen, parking availability, laundry facilities, and utility costs. She demonstrates important cultural and practical awareness by asking about neighborhood safety, pet policies, including associated fees, lease terms, and the full financial picture, including rent, deposit, and application fees. The hosts later break down this interaction, emphasizing the importance of moving beyond vague questions to precise ones, using polite and transitional phrases like, "Actually, before we finish," and confirming all details, from viewing times to the application process, to ensure clarity and avoid misunderstandings. The second practical conversation involves Jessica purchasing a train ticket from Agent Robert, showcasing the language needed for transactional exchanges. Jessica effectively states her need while remaining flexible on timing, allowing Robert to present optimal options. She actively seeks to understand the value proposition by comparing seat classes and, crucially, asks about student discounts, which significantly reduces her fare. The dialogue highlights the importance of inquiring about policies as Jessica asks about round-trip discounts, flexible return options,
change and cancellation fees, and even contingency plans for train delays. John and Lily's analysis points out key strategies Jessica employs, such as honestly stating she is trying to stick to a budget, which often encourages agents to help find savings, and confirming modern conveniences like e-tickets. Throughout both conversations, the emphasis is on proactive, polite, and detailed communication. The hosts conclude by reinforcing that these conversational structures are versatile, applicable to various scenarios from hotel bookings to buying event tickets, and encourage listeners to practice them through shadowing to improve pronunciation, rhythm, and overall fluency for confident, everyday communication.